In France and other industrialized nations, people are talking about the growing gap between rich and poor. We're in Paris on our way to see the economist who sparked the debate, Thomas Piketty, a professor here at the Paris School of Economics. Piketty is the author of the book Capital in the 21st Century. Its premise that the distribution of wealth is becoming more unequal has struck a nerve and turned his book into a bestseller.
How many copies did you sell till now?
In English and French, together about 800,000, about 600 in English.
800,000, that's a huge amount of books for a scientific book.
But now we will see in the other language, in Chinese. So this just came out in China last week, and I was in Korea last weekend. So in Korea, this is selling very well. In 1 week, they have sold 30,000 copies in Korea. So I don't know where it will stop.
And when you go on the streets, people know you already, right?
No, not really. Many people know the book. That's what's important.
And what's important to Piketty is finding out, can people accumulate wealth through work alone? He says that used to be possible. But for the last 3 decades, most workers only earn a subsistence-level income. And they find it impossible to put money away for a rainy day.
It was easier in the post-war period for the baby boom cohort. It was easier if you start only with your labor income to accumulate wealth and to enter into the economic landscape, because with very high growth rate, it was possible starting from zero wealth to accumulate on the basis of your labor income.
Today, Piketty says, accumulating wealth is mainly a privilege of the rich. Most of them can live off their investments and only need to spend a fraction of the returns. So their income is rising rapidly.
So I think we need to have a tax system that's taxing less labor income, in particular lower and middle wages, and that's asking more to accumulated wealth and to higher incomes.
Piketty is discussing his theories with students at the School of Economics. He once studied there himself. Piketty first studied mathematics before earning his PhD in economics at the tender age of 22. For 2 decades, he's been collecting data from around the world, requesting info from tax offices and compiling statistics.
In 2011-2012, we are already above the 2007 pre-crisis level.
He's amassed a one-of-a-kind collection of data, covering an entire century. But some have criticized his analysis of these figures, while others are jealous of his success. Thomas Piketty has got people talking, and everybody wants to talk to him. Today, Korean and Japanese camera teams are here too. The Economist says that in the EU, common tax policies would be a first step towards rectifying the unequal distribution of wealth.
Supporters of the liberal market theory would say, let those 10% earn more money, or even more money as they already earn, because there's enough money being printed and it's not taken away, it's not subtracted.
The question is it useful for the economy? Is it useful for efficiency, for firm performance, to pay managers $10 million instead of 1? And I have tried to look at the data, I have tried to find, and I couldn't find any evidence that it was useful. So I think at the end of the day, it's just a cost incurred by the rest of the economy and by lower wage groups and middle wage groups.
His book could turn Piketty himself into a millionaire. He's regularly invited around the world to give talks about his theories.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thomas Piketty bids us farewell. The Asian camera teams are waiting.